Hello everyone, FPL Raptor here and welcome back to another Fantasy Football Fix daily price change prediction video. We'll be coming to you every evening from the Fix studios to give you the latest with respect to potential price rises and potential price falls. If you're looking to build up team value early on in the season or you just don't want to be priced out of potential moves, look no further than this channel. Just a quick reminder before we start that price changes are not an exact science, and especially at the weekend when there are a lot of games, the transfer market does change quite quickly and it fluctuates a lot. So if you want to stay up to date with the latest transfer activity and predicted price changes, head over to our website at fantasyfootballfix.com, or you can download our free app and enable push notifications. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, the first player we're going to discuss is Diogo Jota, who obviously scored a goal today, scored a goal in the last game, and he is very interesting because his progress actually isn't the highest on the list. It's around 80% at the time of recording. However, he is gaining a small bandwagon based on the fact that he's a £7.5 million midfielder starting in the Liverpool team. So he's rising around 3.2% per hour at the time of recording. So whilst he's only at 80%, if he does continue to rise at that rate and no other bandwagons take place, there is a small chance that he goes up in price tonight, if not up in price tomorrow. Now, I do wonder if right now is the correct time to be bringing in Diogo Jota. He obviously got the two starts against Norwich and Burnley, which are the two fixtures you'd really want to target. And then in game week 3, they play against Chelsea, and there's a small chance that he's dropped for Roberto Firmino in that game. Then there's the international break, and who knows what might happen. So it is very interesting to see him being brought in by so many managers. Obviously, if you've been keeping up to date with the news, there is potential that some of the players that go on international duty between game week 3 and game week 4 have to quarantine when they get back, and one of those players is Mohamed Salah, who has the potential to miss game week 4 and game week 5 as a result of quarantining. If that is the case, even if Diogo Jota misses in game week 3, he could potentially play in 4 and 5 and then potentially even 6. So if that is the case, I do see why he's being brought in by so many managers, but it's a lot of ifs and buts. You can see from his heat map, which is going to be attached on screen, that he is getting in and around the box. You can see it almost looks like he's on penalties because there is a lot of touches. There's a spike right in the middle of the box, and that's exactly what we want. We've known for a while, if Diogo Jota is nailed, he's the perfect player. He's exactly what you want in FPL. But my concern would be that he's not nailed. There's a difficult fixture in game week 3. Then there's the international break. I think there are potentially better times to be bringing in Diogo Jota. However, if you are looking to bring in the Portuguese Liverpool player, then tonight might be the night to do so. Now, you're going to see there's quite a common theme with a lot of the players we're discussing in today's video, and that is Liverpool. And it does show you straight away the effect of bandwagons in FPL and how malleable the transfer activity is. The fact that Liverpool played first today is probably the reason that a lot of transfers are happening either way. And this transfer price change that I'm going to discuss right now is actually a double. We've got one player that's potentially going up in price in the same position as a player that's potentially going down in price. And those two players are Kostas Tsimikas and Andy Robertson. Now, after an 11-point haul in today's game, Tsimikas looks like he might potentially be getting that double price rise. He's been brought in by 73,000 managers already in this game week alone, and he's rising at around 5% per hour, which is the biggest bandwagon we've got at the moment. Now, he's only at 40% progress at the time of recording this, and therefore there's a relative chance that it isn't tonight, but potentially tomorrow that he goes up in price. Now, my main piece of advice here is if you don't already have Tsimikas, I wouldn't be bringing him in. He'll probably lose his place to Andy Robertson. However, if you have Tsimikas and you've had him since he was 4 million, wait for him to go up to 4.2 million before selling him, because then you'll gain that 0.1 million, which could be very, very valuable at this early stage of the season. Now, as I said, Tsimikas is going up in price and Andy Robertson is potentially going down. Andy Robertson is at about 104% progress at the time of recording. However, he is falling very, very slowly, and therefore there's a potential that he doesn't decrease in price at all, or it could potentially be tomorrow if he does. Now, if you are looking to make the move where you're taking out Tsimikas and you're bringing in Robertson, then I would potentially wait until Tsimikas at least goes up in price or Robertson goes down, or hopefully both. If you have a look at their two touch maps, on the left you've got Andy Robertson from the previous season, because obviously he hasn't featured this season, and on the right you've got Tsimikas from the current season, game week 1 and 2. What this basically shows is that Liverpool fullbacks are very, very valuable. Whether it's Robertson, Trent or Tsimikas, whoever's playing in that left back and right back position for Liverpool is going to be getting forward a lot. They've got great fixtures. So if we know that Robertson is going to be the left back moving forward, then moving from Tsimikas to Robertson as part of a double free transfer or potentially taking a -4 might be a very, very valuable decision. I personally wouldn't be looking to bring in Tsimikas at the moment because I think he's going to lose his place to Andy Robertson. But it's very interesting that there's a potential price rise and fall fall in that left-back position, and I would stay up to date on fantasyfootballfix.com with those two price changes. Now, another player with an impending price change that is actually of a lot of interest to a lot of the serious FPL managers is Mohamed Salah of Watford. Now, he's actually at around 97% progress at the time of recording this, but he is rising quite slowly at less than 1% per hour. So, I'm actually recording this whilst the Brighton-Watford game is being played. If he gets an assist or a goal or anything in that game or looks particularly great, I think there's quite a high chance that he goes up in price tonight. What I would say is if he does nothing and he continues to rise very slowly, it probably won't be tonight. It could potentially be tomorrow or Monday night. So do keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the game. Obviously, by the time this goes live, you'll know if he got anything in the game. But if he does get anything in the game, he'll probably go above 100% progress and rise tonight. Now, it's very obvious if you take a look at his touch map why so many managers are looking to potentially bring him in. He had 10 touches in the box in game week 1. He's very, very direct. He looks to attack the fullback. He looks to attack the goal. He's got a great goal threat. We know from the Championship, was involved in 23 goals last season. And he is potentially on penalties when Troy Deeney isn't on the pitch. So for 6 million, with very, very good fixtures moving forward, direct goal threat, I think it's quite clear why managers are bringing him in. I would keep an eye on it. If you're looking at bringing him in and he does get something in the game tonight, I would potentially make the move tonight. Otherwise, you might just about be safe, and then you can potentially wait for the games tomorrow and potentially on Monday to find out if he's going to get that price rise. But very, very interesting. 6 million. I really like the look of him going forward, and he might be the replacement for Gundogan that I choose. Now, the final player we're going to discuss tonight is, that's right, you guessed it, another Liverpool player. And it's actually Sadio Mane, who got his first goal of the season. Now, Mane's an interesting one because he's actually at just over 100% at the time of recording. However, he's currently rising and falling at 0%. Not many managers are bringing him in and not many managers are taking him out. And so it is quite an interesting one because he's sitting right on that potential price fall. But because not many managers are selling him and no one's bringing him in, he might just sit there for a while. So there's a potential that he does go down in price tonight. But if he doesn't go down in price tonight, he might not go down in price at all because there's not many managers are buying him or selling him. But a very, very interesting one. Now, the reason I bring it up is because a lot of managers will be looking to move to the likes of Lukaku, Kane, Son, perhaps Bruno as well. Maybe even KDB if he's fit. They're looking to move around those premiums. And if you currently own Sadio Mane, I would be very interested in maybe getting rid of him as soon as possible, because if he drops to 11.9, that's going to make it much, much harder to get the other premium that you want to sign. So if we take a look at his predicted points over the next few game weeks, he's actually predicted to get 34.7 points over the next 5 game weeks, which is actually really, really high. Considering they play Chelsea in the next game and that the fixtures aren't that great, I think that's still very high. So if you're someone that is happy to take a price fall on the chin and you've still got confidence in Sadio Mane, because he did look much better today, I think you could potentially hold him over the next few weeks. And you know, if he scores against Chelsea or he scores in game week 4 against Leeds, then he'll probably get that price rise again and he'll go back to 12 million or potentially 12.1. So I wouldn't worry too much if you've got the confidence in him. But if you were looking to sell Mane and move him on to another premium player, then tonight might be the night to do it. He's sitting right on that boundary of 100%. So do keep an eye on it. Again, you can head over to fantasyfootballfix.com to keep an eye on that yourself. So guys, there you have it. Those are the predicted price rises and price falls for tonight. Just another quick reminder that this is not an exact science. And if you do want to stay up to date with the latest, you should head over to our website at fantasyfootballfix.com or download our free app and enable push notifications. If you are enjoying these videos that we're bringing to you daily, please do support the channel by liking and subscribing, and also enabling notifications so that you know every evening when they go live, so that you can predict the price changes as best as possible. We'll catch you again tomorrow evening. Have a good evening. Hope you enjoyed the football, and I'll catch you all soon, guys. Bye.